Big Hero 6 is a 2014 Disney animated film directed by Don Hall, Chris Williams, and Roy Conley, winning an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature Film, as well as a string of other awards around the world. It follows a young genius boy named Hiro Hamada who navigates through his feelings of loss and grief with the help of his robot friend Baymax, designed by his big brother Tadashi. The film follows Hiro's quest to uncover the truth behind the death of Tadashi, exploring a lot of themes along the way, including love, loss, friendship, teamwork, justice, and morality. The two main characters, Hiro and Baymax, conflict on how they see the world, displaying stark differences in how they react to events throughout the story. Through their discoveries, celebrations, and hardships, Baymax becomes a surrogate brother for Hiro, slowly healing his broken heart, and together they find the man responsible for Tadashi's death. Microbots want to be with Microbots, so when Baymax discovers a stray Microbot wanting to go somewhere, he follows it to a rundown warehouse downtown. Together, they investigate and find his invention being mass produced. Hiro realizes that the fire wasn't an accident, but in fact intentional, in order to steal his Microbots. Big Hero 6 effectively highlights the 12 principles of animation, the absolute fundamentals, through distinct animation styles. Zach Parrish, head of animation for Big Hero 6, shares, on this film, we really wanted to have sort of two styles. The street version, since it's an origin story, I wanted to start at something that was more grounded and more real. And as they build into superheroes, push into the superhero style. For my chosen scene, the principles I am analyzing clearly lies within the street version. At the start of the scene, the timing is slow and careful. As Hiro realizes the danger they are in, his movements become snappier and quicker. Timing is also used to build tension through the microbots. They slowly creep up at the beginning, behind the main characters, and then when they are seen, they lurch forward, suddenly changing the pace and the speed of the rest of the scene. Hiro turns around and he starts to run. His head follows an arc shape that makes the run feel cohesive and alive. His arms are also flailing in arcs as he runs away, leading to an accentuated double hand movement at the end of this sequence. It shows his spontaneous movements effectively and portrays what emotions he is feeling in this moment. The exaggerated walk of Baymax is fundamentally based on a penguin's waddle, where movements have been stripped away to give him a unique yet adorable style. Follow-through movements should look appealing in a sequence to ultimately enhance the main action. This is evident when Hiro kicks the door. The recoil from this kick sends him stumbling backwards. This shows how small and fragile Hiro is at this point in the movie. Baymax and Hiro are not yet battle ready and are powerless. Hiro tells Baymax to punch the door and axe it out. When his punch follows through, it goes through his whole body, and he lurches forward while there is an overlapping action as his feet change stance at the same time to accommodate for the shift of weight. Together, these factors highlight his inexperience and fragility. When Baymax punches the door, it is clear that he and Hiro move in completely different ways. Doug Bennett, animator supervisor of Big Hero 6, shares, the classic 12 principles of animation were kind of thrown out the window for Baymax. It's like, no, just hold him still. Slow in and slow out. Hiro's movements in this scene demonstrate slow in and slow out. His punches feel snappy, but the follow-through slows down in speed before coming to a natural stop. This is also the case in his kick and his shuffle back, where the animators apply the rules of momentum to his character in order to show force and movement. Squash and stretch is used in this scene multiple times, most obviously through Hiro's facial movements. This principle is used to show his fear and shock at the situation. Up until this point, Hiro has been presented as a cool-headed kid with a lot of control for a 14-year-old. Through the extreme squash and stretch, the audience sees this as a clear difference in his character, accentuating how out of depth he is. Anticipation is best seen when, in his panic, Hiro does a double take and overshoots his look. This fumble before locking onto the threat shows the human side of the character. With this scramble, showing the fear in the moment and building up to the big shock expression on Hiro's face. The staging in this scene is very consistent. The protagonists, Hiro and Baymax, are mostly situated on the left side of the shot, while the danger, that being the Microbots or Callahan, are framed on the right side of the shot. When Hero is trying to desperately push Baymax out the window, his whole body pulls back while his legs fumble underneath him. This creates the desperate visual for the audience, as well as showing the lack of strength Hero has when tasked with something like this. This happens again shortly afterwards when Hero falls out the window. His head looks down at the camera while his legs shuffle to try and find something to put his weight on. Characters in this scene have solid silhouettes and posing reflecting their personality. Asymmetrical poses are associated with the good guys, and twinning is associated with the bad guys. This is because asymmetrical poses are natural, and twinning is unnatural for a character, therefore the villain. Big Hero 6 was made using pose to pose method of animation, which ensures that the necessary story beats were hit, and the characters could effectively emote and interact. When using all principles together in a high mobility chase scene, it creates a visually appealing scene that is an absolute standout in the movie. The 12 principles of animation are essential in creating believable and engaging animation for audiences. They elevate the quality of the production as well as create ways of expressing character motivations and themes throughout the movie. The warehouse escape scene in Big Hero 6 is a wonderful example of these techniques used in effective storytelling.